everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Kicking Back. I think we're at episode 11 now, where today I am joined again by the wonderful Kickback team, Emma, Kirsten, and Ollie. And today we're going to kickstart the beginning of this episode with a special message from our latest Kickback Digital collaborator, Violet.
Hello, my name is Violet and I've just moved to San Francisco from India. I'm an illustrator and I was freelancing for a few years when I was in India. I used to do a lot of album art projects for musicians, and then I worked on a long-term project illustrating a mythological story. After that, I applied to do an MFA in comics at California College of the Arts, and that's what I'm working on right now, and it's a very exciting program. And I'm really excited to be working with Kickback Digital to present to you all an immersive comics experience. And I'm happy to be working with them because there's an aspect of theater and performance that's going to be a part of this project, and I'm looking forward to workshopping all the details with them. And I hope to present more of this wonderful experience to you guys in the future. So very excited for everything that's to come up.
Incredible. Thank you so much for that message. Now, Kickback team, how are we feeling about this new project? Why is it different to anything we've done before? Like, what makes this project so special?
Oh, I mean, so many things. I don't really want to jump in first, considering it's not really my side of the company, but I remember Ollie sent me a message being like, we've had a proposal, you're really gonna love it. And I looked at it and I just saw like gay circus space things, and it was just from there I was completely sold. But we've not really done more, I guess, traditional art in the sense that kind of comic is a kind of visual picture, but she seems like she's going to take it in so many cool directions with voice acting, and I just can't wait. I cannot wait to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a major element of Kickback Digital that we've been trying to do is kind of do something different every time, try and do something interesting every time and experimental, and try not to fall into a loop. So it's been really exciting, comic books. That's not something we've done before. That's not necessarily something much of us have too much experience with, but it's also something we all enjoy. So kind of going from film to video game to comics, we're doing what we set out to do, and it's really exciting. Violet, I haven't seen any of our artwork yet. It's really something fun. And so yeah, we're very excited about it.
Yeah, I think just to kind of jump on the back of what you guys are saying, it just sounds really exciting and creative and fun and colorful and really different, which is kind of the aim. And also, I'm just really excited that we're now like branching out as well, literally to the other side of the world, which is so cool. I think that's really amazing that we're now like building so many different connections and just being able to like broaden like the horizons of people that we can like talk to and engage with and like get on board as well. And yeah, like there's just so many cool ideas, and it follows on so nicely. I just heard comics and thought, oh, that sounds really cool, so I'm excited.
Wow, yeah, so Kickback truly goes international, so that's super exciting. When do you, for our audiences, when do you think this project will kind of be out in the world? What is kind of like the key date, do you think, that people can keep an eye out for?
So with digital, we're kind of like 2 months, 3 month cycles. So, we're creating something that's good, interesting, but also, somewhat frequent. So we like to fill up the gaps between our kind of theatre projects. So hopefully we're looking at something sometime late November, late December, potentially. That's kind of the time frame we're looking at. And yeah, we're really excited about matching that and, giving something for people to enjoy whilst we develop our next theatre project as well. But, that's under wraps.
Speaking of said theatre project, we kind of touched upon it in the last podcast episode. Could we kind of like, without being too spoilery, kind of give a brief kind of like explanation about our Kickback 4 project without, again, being too spoilery, just to remind our audiences about the project?
I'm creating a form. There's a form coming out soon.
There's a Google form. I think as well it works really nicely as like a season with what Violet's bringing to the table with digital. Like we've definitely gone in a more, I don't want to say optimistic, because I feel like our pieces have been quite optimistic generally, but we're definitely going in a more kind of vibrant, I also don't want to say happier, but like for want of a better word, in sort of a happier, more kind of direction, and they're going to work quite nicely together. I think, like, if you interact with our upcoming Kickback Digital project, I think it's going to balance really nicely with stuff we're doing over in live too, which is another non-spoilery clue to what's going on.
I'd use the word celebration, like celebrate, yeah, which I also think kind of flows on nicely from IDK Wets as well. Our last project, slowly now into this more diverse and inclusive kind of theatre that's really colourful and vibrant. So yeah, a little bit more upbeat than Cataclysmic.
I love celebration though. That's a really, really good word for this season. I'd say that's kind of, at least from my perspective, it's a very much a core idea of what kind of we're going into in our second year of operation.
You say celebration. What do you kind of like hope this piece kind of like accomplishes, and who do you hope this piece reaches audience wise?
Ooh, good question. It's, well, one of the things we like to do with Kickback Digital, and one of the reasons why we've been pushing it kind of hard, is because we like the idea of creating accessible content, accessible media. Theatre, as much as we love it, is limited. It's a live event, and it's a live event that doesn't run for too long, so there's not that many people who can really experience it properly. With digital content, though, it can reach everyone. It can reach, it's free. Anyone can access it as long as you have an internet connection and some sort of device. So, I mean, we do have like a kind of primary audience that we've been building up over the last year. So a lot of our content is kind of aimed towards them, but inclusivity and accessibility are huge to us. And so anyone who finds themselves kind of missing that in their media, that is sort of who we want to create stuff for.
I mean, particularly with what's, not to get all political and everything, but particularly with what's going on in the world right now, like forms of media such as like streaming content and paying for subscription services, like that's still a fair bit of people's money going towards these major sites. And I think a cool thing about what we're doing is that it is pretty much completely free, as long as you have access to internet, which you can get for free at libraries and stuff like that, and kind of get at a very, very small kind of cost. And it's something completely new. It's something that you're not even going to get on, say, a streaming platform or something for pennies, not even that. So I just think it's really awesome that, I think it's really cool that we're doing our thing. Like, I'm huge brand ambassador vibes, but I do like, I don't know, we try, I mean, I think we're probably going to be a bit more political and a bit more vocal as we sort of settle into how to run a company and how to do things. But particularly with this season, hopefully it can be a little bit more escapist, a little bit more celebratory of the things that we do have that aren't really being thrown into the kind of vortex of current society, and just be a really nice way for people to kind of kick back, I guess, and and enjoy this health game.
how do you think this upcoming production will differ from Kickback's previous productions? What makes it different, and what will it bring to the table?
Do you want to take this one, Kirsten?
Are we on the digital side still? I'm confused. Sorry.
Are we?
Yeah. I mean, it's mainly different because we're now looking at like comics and graphics, which is again a different kind of medium than what we've had before. So we had Jazz's lovely Out of Your Mind, which was like film, and then we had James Gowtry's like Love Shop, which was a cool computer kind of game program type thing, which was fun to play. Yeah, and so now I'm moving on to comic, which is a completely different style. Sorry. Which, yeah, I mean, I think they're all just kind of very like unique and individual and creative, but still kind of fitting with our theme. And I guess, yeah, going back to like what Kickback Digital was just like a space where we kind of took on board pretty much any ideas and kind of helped it to grow. So, you know, as long as it's digital, it can be done within like a 3-month time frame, then yeah, kind of take it on board. So I hope that answered the question. Sorry, I've got a bit brain fog at the moment.
No, we're all very excited to kind of like start telling you guys about it. So keep an eye out, because we will be posting about that stuff very, very soon. But moving back towards our kind of like live production side of things. Obviously the piece is kind of like in the process at the minute. How has that been?
Weird. In a word, weird. I think any creator kind of at the beginning of something, both live and digital, is, I don't know, it's kind of weird, at least translating your ideas down onto paper. I mean, if you're drawing it, I mean, Violet sounds like a fantastic artist. I'm sure she's kind of got an idea of how she wants everything to look and can get it down. Whereas with what we're kind of tackling with on our side is it's kind of, we're making like a physical picture and we're trying to write it down, and it's all a bit strange at the minute, but it's been pretty good. There's been some stuff's happening. That's all I'm gonna say.
Any major challenges you found yourself facing? And any specifically unique to this project?
Time zone differences.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a reason why most of us are in our pajamas right now.
Yeah.
It's currently 2:30 p.m. on the 29th of September where I am, and 10:30 where you are?
Yeah, it's 10:30 on the 29th of September where we are. So that's, we're all kind of in different states of being, and we're all doing different things in our lives. Like, we're not in a student community anymore, so we don't have a lot of communal reference points to be kind of thinking about, and it's a lot harder to get people in one room nowadays, but we're making it work. It's fine. It's not a challenge, it's an exciting task.
Great experience. Am I right?
Yeah, but you know, on the plus side with that kind of experience, because I'm in a different country with a different community and a different space, it means we get to meet people like Violet. You know, we get to interact with different artists from different backgrounds a lot better. We're able to kind of branch out into different areas with different stylings. I would love to do something kind of sound and music related down the line, because one of the things I've noticed is that San Francisco is an extremely musical city. There's music and sound wherever you go. Some of it good, some of it questionable, but it's always there, and it's a really exciting place to be, and make new connections.
Yeah, I think it's been a little bit of a jump over the summer with people kind of moving and graduating and like starting and kind of figuring out like this next phase, like personally, and then trying to kind of bring it back in. So everything for us at the moment, you know, it's all been on Zoom because we're all in different places doing different things, like working 9 till 5 and, you know, different shifts, and just trying to figure out. And if you look at the calendar, there's just like lines like everywhere, which is kind of fun when you're thinking, oh, but I mean, I think that it just kind of shows the determination that we have as a company to kind of stick with it and stick through it, and like want to make it happen as well. So I think even though maybe it's like slightly awkward, it's still really fun and enjoyable. But we're all still really passionate about it, and I think that's a good thing because it's still going despite the fact that like university is finished.
Still
I
going.
think there's a real sense of like drive in all of us, kind of from us as a core team to kind of both of our like associate artists and everything, and making it happen. There is definitely a real sense of it is tricky, but people are kind of constantly having Kickback kind of ticking over in the back of their mind regardless of what everybody else is doing. So it's a really difficult jigsaw at the minute, but one that I think everybody wants, like actively wants to put together, rather than, you know, like, we're not going away anytime soon, guys.
Well, that is good to hear. But yeah, so could you tell us a little bit more information about when will our audiences be expecting to see kind of like little snippets and stuff of what we've been working on behind the scenes without giving too much away?
Next month should be a big month for showing off little things. There'll be some announcements next month. There'll be some forms dropped off. There'll be some things. So that's really exciting. And yeah, so that's when we're really going to start ramping up the kind of announcements a little bit, and hopefully be able to publicize those in the next few months. November or December, we have the release of Kickback Digital 4. And then next year, we're going to be able to show off in more detail some of the Kickback Theatre stuff we're working on. So, I mean, at least on our side, our calendar is pretty booked for the next 9 months. Like, we're sorted. It's just about, you know, putting together those schedules and going like, oh wait, we need to actually like talk to our audience about what we're doing, because we're not stopping. At least for now, we got a lot of work ahead, and we're really driven to kind of share that.
Next month being a big one is a very big understatement, because stuff happened this month that was incredibly exciting. We have not been able to say anything about it to anyone. So there's a lot of, it's like, you know, you've got those like spring toys when you're a kid that you just press down and like it would take a while to like pop back up again. We're currently, all of us are like one of those little spring toys, because September's been just awesome, and all the stuff that we're going to be telling you about in October on all sides of the company is just so insane. So stay tuned for all of that.
Incredible. So my final question is, how can our audiences support this kind of secret project and just Kickback as a whole going forwards?
Coffee. Coffee, it's still there. If you bought a ticket for IDK West, then you might be a bit more familiar with this, but we do have a crowdfunding platform. That might be not quite the right term, but we have a donation platform on Coffee, that's spelled KO-FI, where you're able to donate to the company, either through subscriptions or one-time donations. And we're also looking into hopefully building some lovely subscription tiers and incentives for people to give us a bit more of their money. But if you want to support us, if you want to help make us create more exciting digital or live content, then give us some of your money.
If you're not able to give any of your money at the minute, totally fine. I think like a share on your stories if you're excited, interacting with our content. There are T's in that word. Our content on social media is also really helpful. We have a LinkedIn platform if that is your only social media now. We So just sharing it around, liking it, commenting on it, interacting with it really kind of helps us grow as a page, helps us reach new audiences who might like our work, as well as helps us to know what you're vibing with, so we don't put out anything that would be spammy or not of interest to you guys. So yeah, just open lines of communication, guys.
And like get in contact, like if there's stuff that you want to see on our social media that would make it more engaging, or like you've got ideas for the future and want to know how you can get involved, then like we're all really friendly, so just pop us a message. It'd be great to kind of again keep like widening our team and like meeting new people from like wherever you are in the world, because as you can see, we are a international,
we're a multinational corporation.
So keep in contact, get involved, just give us a little like and share, be helpful.
Incredible. Yeah. And you can get involved by checking out our website, checking out any of our social medias on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. But yeah, we would love to hear from you. But yeah, that just about rounds up this episode. So thank you for talking with me, guys, as always. And obviously thank you to our wonderful collaborator, Violet. And keep an eye out on our social medias, as we'll be posting about lots of Kickback projects very, very soon. So yeah, watch this space and we will see you soon. Goodbye. Farewell.